Hey everyone, Engineering and Heels back with a review and kind of a comparison of the Louboutin Daff and then the Louboutin Victoria. So we'll start with the Daffs. These were the original kind of like big platform design. They're 160 millimeters tall, kind of an iconic silhouette. They've been around for a few years. So I picked these up a few years ago. I think like 5 years ago now. So they were one of my first pairs. I love how they look on the leg. I think that they really elongate the leg since you look so tall in them. They're beautiful and all that kind of stuff, but I do have kind of some concerns about them too. To me, these are like the hardest shoe with a platform that I own to walk in. I don't know why. I can't figure it out. The only thing that I can think of is there's something about walking with a platform that's more challenging for me because I can't feel the ground as much as I can in a single sole. So I just feel like I'm losing my footing, and it's much more surprising if you like step on a rock or something. So I end up doing a lot of wobbling in these. I have fallen in these and scraped them up a couple times, which is super embarrassing. So I don't recommend that. Anyway, so just be careful if you own these or walk in them. They're comfort-wise really great on the foot because you're not like at a crazy angle. But yeah, just something to look out for. The only thing I can think of is that it is quite of a narrow bottom on the shoe, which kind of just side to side makes you wobble a lot. So I think that's what it is. I don't really know. It's just kind of a challenging shoe to walk in. Leather-wise, super nice, very thick while still being supple calf leather. I like the heel as well. I like that it kind of tapers into a fairly thin stiletto heel on these. So yeah, love them. Just not always the easiest to walk in. And you can kind of see here, like these areas where I have scuffed them. So that's always super sad to me. But I would rather wear them and scuff them than not wear them at all. So just something to think about. I picked up these Victorias, which are very similar a couple years ago. So similar to the Daff, also 160 millimeters, but with a few differences. So the main difference that you'll see visually on these is that it is a kind of wood exposed platform. I really like that. I think it looks super cool. I like also that the heel matches it and it's exposed wood. And that's fantastic for me because I tend to do a number on the heels while scraping them up by, falling through cracks or on chairs or whatever I end up doing. So I can be a little hard on my heels. Other differences, the leather is fairly similar. It almost feels a tad thicker on the Victoria, but very similar. Another difference you'll see visually is the toe box is different. The Victoria is much more rounded, and the Daff has got kind of a point to it. I like the point on the Daff, but as far as comfort goes, the Victoria wins for sure. The rounded toe is definitely a little bit more comfortable. So I felt like I did not take as much time breaking in the Victoria as I did the Daff. From the bottom, they're a little bit different as well. The Victoria almost looks a little bit more skinny, but for whatever reason, I can balance a little bit better in the Victoria, so I don't exactly understand that. And then this isn't Louboutin related, but this is cobbler related. I did try a new sole, replacement sole on these. So you can see my usual sole is kind of like the Vibram, like textured sole, which is great and it holds up really well. But he just got in like a shinier one. I've already worn him, so it's probably harder to tell on video. But it looks a lot more natural with the shiny bottom, so you can kind of see that here. So far, wear on this has been good. He did caution me it probably won't last quite as long, but I've been really happy with it, and I think visually that look is much more appealing. So something to consider if you're getting your shoes resold at the cobbler. So we'll probably intersperse a walking video in the Daffs in these, and I'll try and get you guys a Victoria walking video too if we don't have it. So yeah, always nice to share these with you guys, and I just wanted to shout out again to all of my patrons over on Patreon. Thank you guys. You are incredible. You are super supportive, and you're awesome. If you don't already follow me there, check me out. If you don't follow me on Instagram, I'm at Engineering and Heels, and I'm pretty active over there as well. And thank you again, YouTube, for watching. Love you guys, and have a good day. And I'm back. Tricked you. Just going to do a little bit more here while I'm doing these walking videos. I wanted to talk a little bit about the sizing of these since I forgot to in the original review. So for both the Daffs and the Victorias, I actually took a 39. I was very worried that this was going to be a little bit too small on me, especially since the Daff toe box can be fairly tight and cramped. Now that I have them fully broken in, I'm definitely glad that I did the 39 and not the 39 and a half, but I will caution you that at least the Daffs were pretty difficult to break in at first. They're actually almost a little bit too big. The daffs are now on my heel, so definitely stay kind of true to your Louboutin size.